I'm curious, really, what's the damage that that thinking this way about values, as like, well, okay, we got them. They're plain, they're boring, they're not us, they're somebody else's. We think we are supposed to be fun because Southwest is amazing and we want to be like them, but that's not us. How is that thinking unproductive, and what kind of damage is that doing to organizations?
Well, I think a couple of things is it makes us believe that values are at work when they're probably really not. So we assume we've done some work that we haven't done. It's the worst damage that I see is that we say we align to these values, but we don't. If they're that non-productive, that people aren't aligning to them. So I don't know that it's damaging. It's just it's neutral, right? Like we didn't do that. We didn't do the work that we said we did. The damaging piece is if we put values into place, we pretend to activate them, but we give certain people a pass. They get a values pass. And if you've given one person a values pass, you've given everybody a values pass. And that's where I see the real damage that's done. The kind of vanilla, they don't really mean anything. And I guess the damage is it makes your employees question the next thing you're going to roll out. Like, is this like that stupid values thing that no one ever... So you just lose credibility as a leader. I don't want to roll something out that I'm not going to really get behind and put momentum behind it.
Gotcha. So this actually could do damage to initiatives that maybe are well thought through, could drive performance and benefits for everybody. But because they've lost credibility from this standpoint, suddenly the adoption rate and excitement, enthusiasm that are critical to make any sort of change. I mean, change management is the hardest part of any of this, in my opinion, but it keeps it from taking off. So that's sort of like, that's a long-term, that's almost like an unseen, like you don't realize the damage until it's done.
Yeah. And it's pretty insidious too, because what happens is people just say, they may not say it out loud, but what the prevailing thought is, if we just don't do anything, it'll go away. Just kind of nod and pretend. And then that authenticity of leadership is lost because they don't buy what you're selling.